Hi, can you believe it is Monday and it's already one day past when we set the clocks back? I cannot believe I can feel that loss of 1 hour. You guys probably can too. It's just amazing, isn't it? So that's the bad news, but the great news is at 5 o'clock this afternoon, we're going to have sunshine. So what a great time now to begin to go outside and take your walk in the evening. It's a great way to relieve stress, burn a little bit of calories off, kind of ground yourself and shift from whatever you're doing for your day job in what you're going to do for your night job. So I just love taking walks, and not even just for the calorie burn, but just to really help reconnect yourself to what's really going on and get real clear. But that's not really what I want to talk about today. What I'd really love to talk about today is how to eat in a portion-controlled, low-glycemic way. Because when I start to talk to people about this program, one of the very first things they ask, which I find really interesting, is, okay, I kind of get how when you use these little packets, right, I can lose weight, but I've done that before. Am I going to gain all the weight back, and why is this different, and I don't get it. And, you know, the reason that I feel it's so important and why this program has proven, at least to me, to be different is that those little packets, I know you all fondly call them my food, but why my food is so important is that it allows your body to rebalance its metabolic rate and the way it processes the food and carbohydrates. And so it gives you a structure for how to eat long term. And I find in the beginning, if I start going into all the reasons why this program is so powerful, when you haven't experienced it yet and all you really want to do is lose weight and just know, okay, there really is hope, I really will be able to maintain it, it just doesn't mean anything. So if you've already been on it for a little while and you're rebalancing and you're starting to get, oh, okay, so even though before when I didn't eat breakfast or lunch all day and then I ate this big meal, that didn't work. And when I eat these little packets all day, that does seem to work. What's going on here? And so the Be Slim philosophy is an acronym that Dr. Andersen wrote when he wrote and put together the Take Shape for Life program. And so the S in Be Slim stands for being able to eat 6 small balanced meals throughout the day. Whether you're using my food or your food at the grocery store, it really doesn't matter. It's really about eating 6 small balanced meals. So one of the things that I highly, highly recommend that you do is to make sure that you get Dr. A's Habits of Health book. And here's what the book looks like. If you haven't seen it before, you can get this book on Amazon. You can get it on the Take Shape for Life website. You're going to find it under program materials there. It's about $30 and worth its weight in gold. This book is just phenomenal. I know I've talked about it before because I find it just the Bible. And in here, he will talk to you about how to figure out how many calories your body requires to lose weight and to maintain that weight. So get the book. Once he goes into that, then he shows you color-coded how to put together your meals. How many calories should be in your breakfast, your mid-morning, lunch, mid-afternoon, dinner, and evening meals. It's really very, very simple. Try not to complicate it because it isn't. And now doing this became even easier because if you look on the link underneath this video at drwayneandersen.com, he has links on his own website. And I did not realize how much they have expanded this, but oh my gosh, they have things you can download your shopping list so you can take this list shopping with you to the grocery store for your food and be able to get the protein that's appropriate, the green vegetables, the fruits. He has everything on there, including all your structural tension charts. I mean, really, it's just an incredible resource. So check it out. I know you'll love it. Now, one other thing that I find is that people are like, okay, I get all that, Renee, when you're talking about chicken, fish, green vegetables, but how do I read a label? What do I look for when I'm looking for all these other things? And so for the most part, you're really not going to be eating a lot of processed food, but I did want to give you some information on the things that I tend to look for when I are looking at labels. And again, on this email, I put in a link to something called fatsecret.com. Oh my gosh, when I found this, I thought I'd struck gold. This thing is a phenomenal website. You can join it for free, but even if you don't join, scroll to the bottom and you'll see there's a place that is a food database. And this website has the nutritional information for like everything. I've not searched for anything that I haven't found, including some of your favorite restaurants and all the different foods in there. It's really a wonderful resource. So in there, I just searched for protein bars, and what I pulled up was a MetaFast chocolate crunch bar, because the MetaFast foods are in there. I pulled up a Kellogg's protein bar and a Luna bar, because these are kind of common things that people can go to the grocery store and get, other than, of course, your MetaFast. And I've just put the basic nutrition facts on there. The way that this email is, I couldn't give you a whole lot of information without my email and kicking it back. So if it's not real readable, just go to Fat Secrets and download it yourself. But what I've done is star some of the things that I think are really interesting to look at when you're looking at labels. So the first thing that I always tell people to look at is the serving size. Now on these, it's a bar. So one serving is one bar, but sometimes what you'll find, like if you happen to be looking at a cereal, it's a quarter cup. Now a quarter cup is like 2 tablespoons practically. It's not much. So you really want to pay attention to serving size when you're looking at this. But on the bars, 1 bar. Then I just went right down to, of course, calories, and you'll see the MetaFast has 110, and the other 2 have about 170, 180, so they have a little bit more calorie count in them. And then I like to go to the total carbohydrates, take a look at how much fiber is in it, how many grams of sugar, and how many grams of protein. Because you know, when you look at the MetaFast foods, you find that pretty much the grams of protein are very close to the same number of grams of carbohydrates, especially when you take the grams of carbohydrates and you subtract the grams of fiber from them to get what we call the effective number of grams of carbs. And all this means is that when you add fiber to carbohydrates or to any food, it slows down the rate that of sugar that your blood sugar is absorbing. So it really makes it much more effective. That's why we really want to watch and get as much fiber as we possibly can. And the MetaFast foods have a great amount of fiber in each of them, just enough to create a really good satiety. Now, when you look at the other 2, what you're going to find is they're not terrible, quite frankly, but they do have quite a bit more sugar in them than the MetaFast. So MetaFast has 6 grams of sugar, and the other 2 have around 15, 16 grams of sugar. And that makes a difference on your blood sugar. And if you're not sure about how that is, eat one morning, eat your MetaFast, and then go and get one of each of the others and eat them and see if you can feel the difference. I know it is very, very distinct in myself and other people that I work with. They'll try it and go, oh my gosh, I just felt so much more even. I can't, that's an adjective to describe a feeling that you may not feel. For me, it's just, I don't feel this roller coaster of hunger, cravings, fatigue, emotion. All these different things are affected by our blood sugar. So I like to say, you know what? Our bodies are our perfect feedback mechanism. If you are giving the body exactly what it needs at the exact right time, you're going to feel great. You're going to have a great weight. It'll be nice and even, and everything will be wonderful. If you're looking to lose weight, that will happen as well if the calorie count's where it needs to be. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Have a great, great week. Take good care.